this one right here. You got STS, S9, Tinz, Alboz. You got with the Alboz. Then you got Tinz, S9. You got the STS, and you got with this this close around coming around it, especially with the whole close around and the Alboz and the Tinz and the S9 with the STS. You got the hashtag. So you got something coming around here. You got a main one coming into it, and with the whole thing with the, especially with elbows, how the whole thing. But you got with this one coming into it, and especially with the whole main thing, especially with this STS and S9 and all these other stuff coming into it, and the tens, and with these whole just troll to this. But you got with the elbow buzz, and then you got the whole just kind of ladders.
It's Tinz. It didn't event.
Damn, Sosa. You going crazy.
Drop my thumb, they call my G's. Ain't no bang in the neck, keen. Who the fuck is in? I see that man when I step and breathe. Start with a block, spin. Ross keep go up, drilling. They keep it lit, me on my knee, so let's go.
Marky.
Drop man down, bake off for my G's. Ain't more bang in the net, key. What the fuck is in? We'll see that man when I step and breathe. Ski, tree got whacked by me. If it ain't 3 points, I don't shoot Tyrese. Glide round there trying to tear 2 T's. That man just sing like Alicia Keys. 10 in the clip when I.
We said those mans just sing like Alicia Keys, like Alicia Fleet, the whole thing. Like he said, Alicia Keys, Alicia Fleas, like and then he said when he steps in the scene, like it's another thing coming into it. You know how they say, when they step in the scene, you got another scene. Like it's a whole nother scene. Like you step in the scene, it's another Alicia Fleas, another Stacia Fleas. Like those real and for extras.
Back my skeng, slap one to the CG's MT. Why in the fuck boy dead? Best watch me step if you fuck with them. Long ZK on my hip, come dance, try screaming out once, get splashed by ST. Got it up, stem stressed, vexed, skejtish got drömmer rest.
Who's that on the block spin? Broski go up, drill him. They give belly på me and my mates, so let's go find where the chillin'.
Vex, skejtish got drömmer rest.
Who's that on the block spin? Broski go up, drill him. They give belly på me and my mates, so let's go find where the chillin'. My wifey don't like how I'm living. Stay cool, man's winning. If gang get around there with a
stay cool, man's winning, with the whole thing and a gross D, like how the thing is going. Like he said, gross D to the winning. And he said, we caught them, slimming, like in the whole thing. How they just said it's coming, like we keep it, keep it trizzies and the whole flizzy. Like they on some other thrizzic stuff, like coming into the scene and the whole strizzit.
a big thing until one's going missing. You can't do it like me, yes, I love my badge. Creep out, bay face, let's find this punk. S9, S1 in the right, 2 shanks, bro, they own action. I flick this pack, was me DK, and I flick the max, so step we bro, like Philly and Chunks. The talk on the net, that's calm, but it's gonna get long when investing waps.
Bally on face, man, don't see Jakes, don't wanna be bay if the pack comes late. 10 man step on my elbows, Craig, get around DK, tryna turn man haze.
Get around DK with a shank on my waist. 2 man step with S&S. Sight me and up, I bro, reverse drive violet, man, you go down up worse.
Bally on face, man, don't see Jakes, don't wanna be bay if the pack comes late. 10 man step on my elbows, Craig, get around DK, tryna turn man haze.
Get around DK with a shank on my waist. 2 man step with S&S. Sight me and up, I bro, reverse drive violet, man, you go down up worse.
STS came true, get that one. I mean, you end step out, get back spun. S9 in a wheel, try catch one, get that gun, one hand in a handle. AJ Inco up in a mad one, try slap one, back out with a strap on. See, man, Ronald last year's a black one, cap bush gun, don't lack, it's a fat one.
Slide.
Caught up in a mad one, try slap one, back out with a strap on. See, man, Ronald last year's a black one, cap bush gun, don't lack, it's a fat one.
Sliding crush with violent men. 2 man step, violent men. Head is on me, license when
we said 2 man step, that's a violent man, and the critics, with the silent mans. And then, they got the whole other, stand around thing. They got the stand around thing, like, with a different stand around language. Like, they spinning it around, like, it's like they spinning something around, like they spinning something horticore around and just coming in with that thrizic, like, the whole thing, and him just having his whole, you know, careers around, like he said, you know, coming from a whole other stick and coming from another streaks.
You ain't never back me or none of my friends. We brush on the block every day like feds. How can you say we're not confident? This 50 dish might leave you stretched. Better watch out how you chat with my friends.
Dropped out bait on plan, step with the man, them tryna rise and tan. Bang, got if I swing my rams, it was me and TK tryna leave man cramped. Aim and shoot, I know join our blanks. Bro, they had to dash my shank. Rank, who's it? Some prank if we catch me, we gang turn man down. Aim and shoot, I know join our blanks. Bro, they had to dash my shank.
We said aim and shoot and we doing the blanks. Like, woof. Like, hey, you know how they just blank it? Like, hey, you know the blank spars, like, where they, you know, it's just like you can't really, you get on different sites, but it's like, you know, it's blank. It's where you know, you can't really get those other parts and they can't really, like, put those parts together. Like, they can't get everything together. Like, they trying to fix a puzzle, but they can't actually, you know, get it all streaming, like he said, you know, the whole thing, and he said the blanks into the little stoves.
Frank, who's it? Some prank if we catch me, we gang turn man down.
She got a man, that's calm, but still wanna fuck with a gang. Big bro wanna creep on man, gorilla will feel like the black and tan. Step up, blotch in a rise and tan. Couldn't give two fucks if I was taller than man. Boy on me, it's my good like champ, so I got up, blotch and I call some bam.
Bally on face, man, don't see Jakes, don't wanna be bae if the pack comes late. 10 man step on my elbows, Craig, get around DK, tryna turn man haze.
Get around DK with a shank on my waist. 2 man step with S&S. Sight me and up, I bro reverse drive violet, man, you go down at worst.
Bally on face, man, don't see Jakes, don't wanna be bae if the pack comes late. 10 man step on my elbows, Craig, get around DK, tryna turn man haze.
Get around DK with a shank on my waist. 2 man step with S&S. Sight me and up, I bro reverse drive violet, man, you go down at worst.
Marky.
He said 2 man step on S. Like, woof, you coming with S on S, but I'm messing with, you know, like I said, you know, it's not just dumb, it's, you know, it's the whole S on S. It's like the S on TS is like, you got the S9s and you got everything else. Like, you got the main things coming into it, especially with these guys and all these other stuff coming into it. So you got the main, you know, Stringos, the Rambos, like, coming around, you know, especially with those Rambos and everything else. Like, you know, they said 2 man step. It's like another dead man walking. Like, you know, when they step, like, cause it can get really screwy, scary. You know, with that whole other list is like, you know how it just comes, and then you see something really sketchy. Like, you know, it's coming from a different description. Like the way they coming. But most definitely check this out for you guys self. Like, comment. And you know what this Lazix